Okay, so Super Saturday, the final day of the Six Nations this year. Three really interesting contests. Three nations still with a chance of winning the title. And, the permutations are immense. So Italy Ireland kicks off the action at 2:15 UK time, 3:15 Western European time, followed by Wales England at 4:45 UK time. Then finally finished off with France Scotland at 8 p.m. Now, Ireland can obviously win the Six Nations if they beat Italy and France lose to Scotland. England can win the Six Nations if they hammer Wales, get a try bonus point. Ireland lose to Italy and Scotland beat France. So they need some favours there. And France can win as long as they outscore the score that Ireland do against Italy with a try bonus point. So if Ireland beat Italy, they have to beat Italy by a bigger score than France beating Scotland, and the points differential is ridiculous. And in reality, Ireland need France to lose. So Italy, Ireland, this is not going to be easy for Ireland. Italy's record at home in the last few years is actually pretty good. And I think the Irish are vulnerable. I personally think the Irish are a little bit vulnerable. Italy in attack are dangerous. It's all about putting together an 80-minute performance, especially second halves for Italy. That's been a bit of a weakness in the last couple of games. Is they're in a contest at half time, they keep it close, and it's how they start a second half of a game. So if Italy start the second half quite strong, this could be a very, very difficult afternoon for the Irish. Now, the Irish are favourites, but they're not playing particularly well. And that's something I've noticed in the games that I've watched. Ireland aren't looking as dominant and as comfortable, should I say. In the post-Sexton era, they are looking a little bit more clunky in attack, a bit more vulnerable, and their discipline hasn't actually been that great. Discipline-wise as well, they are showing some weaknesses at scrum time with the penalty count and in open play. And the Italians will play. The Italians are not afraid to throw the ball around. So if Ireland are going to kick, they need to be very, very careful with their tactical out-of-hand kicking. The Italians look better when they ran the ball back rather than kick the ball back. So the Italians will not be fearful of throwing the ball around. They have kicked a lot, and when they revert away from their running game and they kick more, they tend to struggle. So look for the Italians to try and keep ball in hand. And that'd be very, very interesting. The Irish do look vulnerable, and they do need Scotland to do them a massive favour. A massive, massive favour. Wales, England in Cardiff at 4:45. Going to Cardiff is never easy, but the way the Welsh are playing, even though they've played better under Matt Sherritt, I still can't see Wales winning this. And that's not me being disrespectful to the players that are wearing the scarlet red of Wales. But they are on this record-breaking losing streak. They've now lost more Test matches, 16 in total, in a row than Richie McCaw lost in his entire Test career. He lost 15 Tests in total in his career. And I think England, with a real morale-boosting win against Italy with the way they played, they kept the ball in hand more. They were willing to run it more. They were kicking less. They looked more threatening. They looked better with their tactical kicking as well because they were kicking at the right times. There are still some issues with this England side defensively, with the defensive system they have, but they proved ball in hand, they can attack a bit, and it was refreshing to see them back themselves. Now, it will be interesting if Wales have the roof open or the roof closed. That will be interesting because if the roof is closed, while it keeps the atmosphere in, it controls the weather conditions, at which point England will enjoy that. With the weather being a bit changeable at the moment, at this time of year, and then there's some changeable weather coming through. There's the odd shower, bit of snow, bit of sleet, bit of rain, and the weather is changeable for the rest of the week. Maybe Wales should open the roof, mix it up, because this Welsh side need to mix it up a little bit. They need to be disruptive in any way they can. They have shown improvement in the last two tests, I will say that, under Matt Sherritt. There seems to be a bit more belief in these Welsh players, but they are still some way off the rest of the Six Nations. The only reason why they can avoid the wooden spoon is by bonus points, being a try bonus point and losing bonus point. I cannot see them winning. And if Italy get a try bonus point or a losing bonus point, then Wales, it's going to be tough for them. They have to win with bonus points to avoid the wooden spoon. I just cannot see Wales doing it. They haven't shown enough for the last year and a half for me to say that they have a chance of winning. They do obviously have a chance, but I can't see it. If you were a betting man or woman, you would be the odds of Wales winning this one are quite long, and the odds of Wales avoiding the wooden spoon are quite long. If England played how they played against Italy in attack, they will have enough to easily beat this Welsh side. But England do need to defend better. There were some defensive frailties that Italy did expose in both halves. Two of their tries really poor numbering up, and they were exposed by outside backs. And Wales do have a bit of pace in the outside backs, and a bit of power. So it's not all going to be one way for England. England need to control their discipline. France, Scotland. This, I think, is going to be a fun match. This is going to be the most entertaining. With the way France have been playing, even without Antoine Dupont because of his knee injury, which may favour Scotland a little bit. Dupont going out injured. They looked a little bit different without him. And admittedly, in the last game against Ireland, they really adapted well to his absence. Partly because Ireland weren't at their best and weren't playing particularly well. And they were giving France far too much free ball and allowing the French too much time in attack. They weren't putting enough pressure on the ball carrier, and the French were just throwing the ball around for fun. They're playing with confidence. Scotland like throwing the ball around as well, but they nearly blew it against Wales. So this could be quite an open, fun, entertaining game in Paris. The time differential between kickoff times is a bit weird. So an hour and a half, 2.5 hours between Italy, Ireland, and Wales, England, which is on the same time frame as a normal Saturday. But then France, Scotland at 8 p.m. UK, 9 p.m. local time in France. Massive difference there, which allows a bit more build-up because I think the organisers now realise this is the main game. Scotland do have a very good chance of beating the French. Without Antoine Dupont, that does change how their attack functions, with Luku being the starting scrum half and Entomac being fly half is a different halves combination than Dupont and Entomac, which works really well. So that'll be interesting to see how their combination works. It did work pretty well, however. Against Ireland last weekend. So we'll see how that pans out. In order for Ireland to win, France just have to lose. In order for England to win, Italy have to beat Ireland and Scotland have to beat France. And England have to get a try bonus point against the Welsh. And there has to be bonus points for Scotland and Italy as well, and Ireland and France not to get losing bonus points and try bonus points. England have a very outside shot of winning the Six Nations. It's doable, but a lot of strange things would have to happen. And for France to win, they just have to batter Scotland and hope their scoreline is significantly bigger than Ireland, or Italy beat Ireland. So France are favourites now for the Six Nations. Ireland have a chance, but they have to rely on Scotland doing them a favour. England have to rely on Italy and Scotland doing them a favour, and also Ireland and France not getting try bonus points or losing bonus points. So mathematics is fun. But there we go. So it's an open-ended end to the Six Nations. 3 nations have a chance of taking home the chocolates. Wales have an outside chance of avoiding the wooden spoon. The fact they have 3 bonus points in defeat does help them a little bit. They could avoid the wooden spoon without winning a game, which would be farcical, in my opinion, how that would work out. They could actually avoid the wooden spoon by not winning a single game. So that could be an interesting one. But there we go. 3 very interesting matchups this coming weekend, this Saturday. Unfortunately, I will be watching the 12 Hours of Sebring. I'm sorry, I've already planned that for a year. So the Six Nations, unfortunately, is going to have to take a backward step. But I will keep an eye on the scorelines. And let's see how everyone does. But for me for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comments section below. And who do you think is going to take home the chocolates this weekend? Who do you think is going to be the Six Nations champion? Who's going to end up with the wooden spoon? Is it Italy? Is it Wales? And what will Scotland do? Will they upset the French? Will the Welsh finally end their losing streak? And will Italy upset Ireland in Rome? Because they've done it before. They can do it again. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. I'll have some more content for you all very, very soon.